What are those INFJ traits that pull everyone's attention? Well, let's find out for ourselves. An INFJ is one in every of 16 character kinds within the Myers-Briggs Type Indicator system. Colloquially recognized as the advocate or the idealist kind, the acronym INFJ stands for introverted, intuitive, feeling, judging. Carl Jung, Eleanor Roosevelt, and Martin Luther King Jr. had INFJ character kinds. Let's dive in a little more. INFJ kinds are compassionate, idealistic, and probable to shape near bonds with people. People with INFJ character kinds also can be tough to get to understand on a deep level. Generally, they have got excessive hopes and may be perfectionistic and tough to satisfy. Here are 8 things that are peculiar to INFJ personalities. Perfectionist. The proposed 16 personalities are recognized for their experience of perfection. They crave order and take care of conditions appropriately. If you need to reply to the question, "Am I truly an INFJ?" have a look at the way you experience while matters are disorganized or deliberate badly. Do you experience uneasiness with an urge to attempt and handle matters? If yes, then you're probably an INFJ. Such INFJ trends make INFJ personalities stand proud of the group since they constantly recognize the way they get matters done. Sensitive. You're extraordinarily empathetic. Empathy comes from an intense experience of compassion. That's precise to INFJ personality traits. Before you could say, "I am an INFJ," you need to have a deep feeling of empathy. Do you effortlessly locate whilst someone's feeling down? Can you position yourself in different people's shoes? If yes, then you definitely would possibly have this persona type. You're a worrying person, and this allows you to set up super bonds with others. Another aspect to recognize INFJ humans is that they have got a smooth spot. Their empathetic natures regularly cause them to care too much, to the point they end up sensitive. It can also cause them to be people pleasers, which has its benefits and disadvantages. They are seeking to make others happy. However, whilst humans do not respect it, they could get hurt. If you've got this persona type, you'll additionally observe how regularly you overthink situations. That's a recommended trait. Deserve better. The INFJ introverts may live an easy life. However, they have excessive standards. They have an eye fixed on sophisticated things and might instead have one extremely good object than 10 mediocre ones. These INFJ developments additionally impact each element of the INFJ's life. In their friendships, romantic relationships, and perspectives about life, they might instead pass for the pleasant or don't have anything at all. It is easy to recognize you've got the advocate Myers-Briggs character. You sense you're destined for extra. The pleasant "Am I an INFJ character" test is hidden in those individuals' quest for purpose. INFJ humans have the power to reap something extra than the ordinary. They decide to interrupt out of norms rather than simply healthy into them. Even if nobody is aware of or accepts their perspectives, they might instead select to live actually to themselves than please others. This concept additionally forms the "do what you want" INFJ. To relationships. The excellent introvert check for an INFJ is hidden in how those people relate and construct relationships with others. You can say, "I am INFJ," in case you loathe superficiality. You could alternatively have some genuine pals than many inappropriate acquaintances. This perception doesn't imply that humans with INFJ characters are bloodless and unaffectionate. They relate warmly and truly, however are a bit extra in tune with people who recognize and admire them. You're never afraid to reduce terrible relationships. One of the distinguished signs you're an INFJ is whilst you're never afraid to reduce poisonous relationships, this manner is in any other case called a door slam. People can also additionally talk about this trait because of the dark aspect of the proposed INFJ. However, it's an ambitious step that all people want to take at some unspecified time in the future of their lives. INFJs recognize the want to distance themselves from people who again and again harm them or tamper with their peace of mind. Selflessness. One of the most basic INFJ developments is a quest to remedy different human beings' problems. People with INFJ characters are regularly uneasy with others' hardships and strive as an awful lot as feasible to make the world a better place for human beings. They can also additionally see supporting human beings as their motive in life. More so, an INFJ strategist continually has the plan to remedy each task. However, this manner may be specifically disturbing in particular whilst the task is just too complicated to remedy. You're very self-sacrificing. Advocates try to position smiles in different human beings' faces. As a result, they have got a selfless lifestyle. They won't acknowledge this trait since they hardly ever do it to private gain. People with INFJ characters best need to make others happy. If you locate yourself sacrificing greater than you wish to acquire from others, you in reality have the INFJ personality type. You continuously think about others' wellness even while you don't comprehend it. Lastly, INFJs have a sturdy problem with doing the proper component and supporting others, Baylock Johnson says. This makes for an in particular altruistic person, a lot so that INFJs are from time to time referred to as the advocate of the MBTI. Altruism is not something you can make up or fight for overnight. This trait develops over time. However, in the case of INFJs, it seems that this feature comes to them pretty much naturally and instantly once they get a hold of themselves. INFJ humans are recognized for their selfless natures. They cater to humans' needs for an extra and then some other personal kinds and are empathetic. However, this method can from time to time be overwhelming to advocates. They deal with different human issues like theirs, which could from time to time lead them to burn out quicker than they imagine. Therefore, feeling beaten is a state they're certain to encounter. If you from time to time discover it tough to manipulate strain and are overburdened by the responsibilities you need to accomplish, you're probably an advocate. Value privacy. If you may say, I am an INFJ, one element you may relate to is getting undesirable attention, ideally extra than you'd prefer. Because INFJ is the rarest character type, the INFJ rarity produces many appealing qualities. This is majorly due to how human beings with INFJ attributes stand proud of the crowd. Their insightful and compassionate nature additionally tends to attract others to their character. People certainly need to be near INFJ human beings due to their fascinating air of mystery. However, the INFJ air of mystery may be overwhelming to advocates. You live a private life. Advocates place transparency in their relationships over anything else, however, tend to live privately. They hardly ever open up about their struggles because they don't need to burden others with them. These people experience the want to restore their demanding situations on their own, which can occasionally create a rift in their associations. If you may relate to trying a private life, then your healthy description of being an INFJ. You select what to proportion with others and might alternatively cope with sensitive topics through yourself. Out-of-box thinking. Another outstanding trait of the introverted INFJ is their deep notion process. They don't see matters in the manner ordinary human beings do. There's continuously a side to the whole thing that their minds capture. Complex topics like philosophy, religion, and life in general excite human beings with advice personality. This lifestyle additionally contributes to their principled lifestyle. Before human beings with INFJ trends embark on any journey, they think about the possible causes and the way matters ought to affect others. Along with being unique, those folks are also complicated and deep. Baylock Johnson notes that INFJs are recognized for being capable of stabilizing their feelings with their logic, making them vital thinkers with a deep feeling of integrity. All or nothing. This suffering has plagued INFJs for so long as they can remember, and could likely preserve to accomplish that till they shuffle off this mortal coil. Love fiercely or now no longer at all, exercising relentlessly and devouring well, or pig out on the couch and devouring junk food, painting 20 hours an afternoon for days on end, or taking a seat down and procrastinating all weekend like it's no one's business. They cannot do things midway through, at least not for any considerable duration of time. They're no longer certain as to why. Maybe it's that the INFJs are sincerely stressed out to do things with ardor or now no longer at all. Perhaps the center of the street appears like a stagnant technique for living. It appears bland, uneventful, and uninspiring. No room for development. No possibility to move in the overwhelming direction searching for your own. It rids them of the highs and lows they want so they can enjoy the whole spectrum of life. However, if being honest, they fear that this consistent moving from one severe to the alternative ought to sincerely suggest they stay in the incorrect direction, aimlessly attempting to find the proper one. With that said, what are your thoughts about the mentioned INFJ traits? Let's know in the comments below. And make to like and share the video, subscribe to the channel, and come back for another interesting video.